Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us on another episode of Coffee and Cryptos. I'm Ryan, and today I'm drinking a good old-fashioned drip coffee with almond milk. As always, if you're curious on how to make your own drip coffee, be sure to check out Dominique's video, How to Make Drip Coffee at Home, which I'll link in the description below. So for today's video, I've got a lot of juicy cryptocurrency headlines lined up for you all that I've scoured the internet to find. Let's get started. Story number 1. Now, with the collapse of FTX still sending shockwaves throughout the industry, another crypto firm, BlockFi, bites the dust. On November 28th, BlockFi announced that it too would be filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. In an official announcement, the New Jersey-based company said it will, quote, will focus recovering all obligations owed to itself, but that recoveries from FTX will be delayed due to the ongoing bankruptcy proceedings at the fallen crypto exchange. Now, the crypto lender is also laying off a large portion of its staff, the source said. BlockFi, which lets users earn yield for depositing idle cryptocurrencies on the platform, first halted withdrawals on November 11th, the same day that FTX filed for bankruptcy. We, like the rest of the world, found out about this situation through Twitter, BlockFi wrote in a letter at that time. We are shocked and dismayed by the news regarding FTX and Alameda. Nearly a week later, a source at the company told Decrypt that it was considering filing for bankruptcy, given its hefty exposure to FTX. Story number 2. Will Gemini be the next crypto exchange to fall? Embattled crypto broker Genesis and its parent company Digital Currency Group, DCG, owe users of Gemini Earn $900 million, the Financial Times reported on Saturday, citing anonymous sources. Now, Gemini had used Genesis as its primary lending partner for its high-yield Earn service, which allowed customers to deposit their cryptocurrency in exchange for interest, similar to a bank account, offering returns of between 0.45% and 8%, depending on which token you deposited. Now, according to the Financial Times, Gemini is working as part of a creditors' committee to regain the funds from Genesis and DCG. Now, the Gemini Earn service has experienced severe disruption since the FTX contagion began at the start of last month. Gemini, which Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss founded in 2015, told users it would be pausing withdrawals from Gemini Earn on November 16th and has yet to provide any clarity as to when they are expected to be reopened. The exchange attributed the move to, quote, unprecedented market turmoil. Now, the move came directly after Genesis suspended redemptions for customers and new loans due to, quote, abnormal withdrawal requests following the FTX collapse on the same day. Genesis is now reportedly working with investment bank Moelis & Company about potential financing options, according to the newspaper, and it was reported earlier this month that the lender attempted to raise $1 billion as part of attempts to avoid the liquidity crunch, which forced it to stop withdrawals. Genesis had exposure to FTX of at least $175 million, coming via its derivatives trading business. In addition, the complex financial relationship between Gemini and its parent company may be muddying the already worrying outlook for its creditors. Now, the Financial Times also reported that at the time of writing, DCG, which also owns prominent crypto-focused investment house Grayscale Capital, owes Genesis $1.7 billion out of its total outstanding debts of $2 billion. Now, all other Gemini services, including its exchange, the credit card, and Gemini staking, remain fully functional and working as normal at the time of writing. Now, the exchange has repeatedly assured users that all funds held in exchange are backed one-to-one, but only time will tell if that remains the case. Story number 3. Have we reached the bottom? If last news was a mixed bag of flatness for the largest coins, this week offered the first real signs of gains following the catastrophe of FTX's spiral into bankruptcy. Bitcoin rose 2.7% over the past 7 days and currently trades at around $17,000. Its closest rival, Ethereum, grew 6.7% and trades for $1,285, according to data from CoinGecko. Now, both leading cryptocurrencies appear to have begun a modest recovery after starting the week in a downward slide when news of civil unrest in China rocked risk assets like tech stocks and crypto. Protesters were demonstrating against the country's ongoing draconian COVID measures, prompting fears that the world's second largest economy may be getting disrupted. And the market also dipped on Monday on news that BlockFi was filing for bankruptcy, as mentioned in my first news story. Risk assets recovered on Wednesday when Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said that in a speech, December would probably bring smaller interest rate hikes. Now, this could signal the end of a cycle of hikes, 3 so far this year, each which were 75 basis points, which is 0.75%, and these were the steepest since 1994. Now, this could be the start of the Fed turning dovish. For those who have no idea what I'm saying, typically, policy enacted by the Federal Reserve falls into two camps. They are hawkish when they are trying to slow down the economy by raising interest rates to lower rampant inflation. Dovish is when the Fed is trying to kickstart the economy by lowering interest rates, making it more cheaper and more attractive to borrow money. Although the leading currencies almost all posted growth, gains were mostly small. However, several names enjoyed turbocharged rallies, including Chainlink up 11%, Uniswap up 12%, and Polygon up 8.4%. Dogecoin even enjoyed a staggering, eye-watering 21% rally and trades at near 10 cents at the time of writing. Dogecoin's week-long rally was spurred by a tweet from Twitter's new CEO, Elon Musk, which includes a slide from a Twitter company talk that he recently gave. One slide vaguely mentions payments, but doesn't elaborate any further. However, that was enough to send the Doge army into speculation that their favorite coin could become the official digital currency of Twitter. It is, after all, Musk's favorite coin, too. Lawmakers across the world continue to closely monitor and debate the cryptocurrency space, especially in the wake of this year's two largest catastrophes, Terra and FTX. On Monday, Brazil's Congress took a step further than most and passed a bill legally approving crypto for payments for goods and services. The bill, which still needs presidential approval, includes crypto and airline travel rewards in the definition of payment agreements under the supervision of the country's central bank. Now, Bitcoin-friendly U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis, who co-sponsors a bipartisan House bill called the Responsible Financial Innovation Act, called for the Commodity Futures Trading Commission to be the industry's chief regulator. She said this during a pre-recorded address to the Financial Times Crypto and Digital Assets Summit, that FTX's collapse highlights the need for Congress to learn more about crypto. Known as the Bitcoin Senator for her cryptocurrency advocacy on Capitol Hill, Lummis touted her bill as a framework for understanding how the FTX disaster could have been prevented. She also noted that FTX was heavily involved in drafting the Digital Commodities Consumer Protection Act, which is backed by Senate Agriculture Committee Chairwoman Senator Debbie Stabenow and Senator John Boozman, a bill which she says needs to be rewritten in a way that is more effective and neutral as to business models, but very, very focused on consumer protection. Well, that's all for this one, guys. I hope you learned something new today. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Follow us on Instagram at Coffee and Cryptos, and I'll catch you all on the next one. See you around.